sit down and listen.
Hey, you gotta...
Mike Carr's my inspiration for Father of the Bride speeches because he's done more than I have. Thank you all for coming tonight. I wanted to just start by saying thank you to the Turner ladies for the meal. We give them a round of applause, please. I'd also like to thank Pastor Sidley. Thank you for marrying my third daughter. Actually, she's my second daughter, but she's the third marriage. And we're privileged enough to have you do all three of them. And we really appreciate that, so thank you. He's been a great friend, sitting at the basketball tables with Chris Black and me, and having a few funny thoughts and comments over the years. So thank you for that. I had a speech all planned in my mind, and I was going to have some background music and kind of run through a timeline of things that have gone on. But I decided not to do that because I remembered when I was at the last Mike Carr wedding, we were standing in the back going, so, just thank you to everyone. Pastor Sidley has taken all three Kramer girls and made them into something else. I worked all of these years having Kramer girls, and now the last Kramer girl is a tie. So, Mark, welcome to the family. You've been a great addition. You're kind of the third of the three outlaws now, so you fit perfectly in with them. They like to hunt, they like to fish, they like to golf, none of which they're very good at. We were out golfing last week and they took my daughters, but I took their money. So, they can continue to get used to that. Am I speaking too fast? Mark and Karissa, I hope that you have many long years together. God's blessings to you. We're glad to have you in our family, Mark. And Karissa, take care of Mark. Mark, take care of Karissa. And God's blessings. Thank you all for coming out. Oh, and by the way, Lisa, thank you.
All right, with that, we'll turn it over. I believe the mother of the groom has a few words for us.
We would like to thank Mark and Karissa just for being part of our family. The best part is 9 years ago when I had 2 boys and a husband, it was 3-1, 3 guys against me, and now we are equal, 4-4 with our grandchildren and our other daughter-in-law, Jill. So we are very pleased with that. It's a win-win. Like I told Kramers, it's a win-win for the Kramer family and the Ty family because we welcome you with open arms, and it's very exciting. So,
the best man is up next.
I'm Mark's older brother, and I don't have anything prepared like the girls or slideshows and whatever. But the Ties have always had lots of teachers around, and myself, I became a teacher. See, Karissa is a teacher now, but in fact, being the older brother, Mark did teach me a lot of things. Is it? Well, that was a good one. So when Mark was, I don't know, 5th grade, he taught me the importance of school. And Mark came home and he was just bawling. He got a B- once, and no, it might have been a B+, and he was so upset. And myself, being the great student I was, what's the big deal? But he was crying. So what we did was we went and found Dad's report card. Remember that? And we all felt a lot better. Also, Mark taught me about biology.
Get out.
I don't know why you threw this one. When he was 6, 7, 8 years old, he would acquire these dead birds in the yard, and he'd go to the shed and find the rustiest old nails he could find, and he would dissect them with Dad's rusty nails. Yeah, for hogs too. I'm pretty sure they were already dead, so no serial killer or nothing. Mark taught me about gravity. Some neighbors and I would encourage him to climb trees higher and higher and higher. Well,
We got a few picks.
Mark fell out of a couple trees. And yeah. I remember one day by the cornfield, Mark fell out of a tree. And it was, I don't know, 15 feet up, crashed down. The neighbor and I looked at each other, looked at Mark like, oh no, we're gonna have to call 911. Mark's comment was, no. Ow. It was definitely ow. Later in Mark's life, he acquired some cars of Dad and Mom's, and he would do some do-it-yourself auto mechanics. Remember the 1991 Cavalier? there was a fender bender. Mark thought he'd slide and fix it just by drilling a bunch of holes in it. No one would ever know. Just drill a bunch of holes in it, count it out. No one would ever know. No, it obviously didn't work. So being the older brother when I was 16, one of my jobs was to cart Mark around, which was great. And he definitely taught me the effects of weather. So we came home from school and, I don't know, being the stubborn guy I was, being the older brother, it was, Mark, get the mail. Get out of the car and get the mail. Mark said, no. Mark, get out of the car and get the mail.
Well, so much work.
Yeah. Well, he did, but he left the door open. So he left the door open in the car, and you know, because I'm stubborn, I parked the car and I went inside. I was done. That's fine. It's Mark's fault. Well, the next day it had snowed about 9-10 inches. Mark knew he was in trouble, so he got up and rode the bus to school. And I was out there shoveling the car on the passenger, or shoveling the snow on the passenger seat, so I could drive to school. Reeby, I appreciate you. Thank you, by the way.
I'm sorry for my friend.
But throughout our growing up, Mark and I were outside a lot, whether it be duck hunting, pheasant hunting, using Dad's tools in the woods, whatever it was. We always had fun. We need to settle down. Later in life, obviously Mark and Karissa, and I think Karissa and Mark together, I mean, Karissa really taught Mark how to be a great man, including taking a bunch of my junk, like furniture. Thanks, Karissa. But Mark would always just drop anything to help us out, and I know that had a lot to do with Karissa and the family, so I would like to just thank Karissa and welcome you to our family, and cheers to you both.
Danielle over here. With that, I'll turn it over to Trisha and Danielle.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle, matron of honor. And I'm Trisha, also matron of honor. Sounds old. Last year for Trisha's wedding, we had a little Disney theme going on. And as most of you know, Karissa is a kindergarten teacher. So, I bet your kids are obnoxiously obsessed with Frozen, right? Frozen is also a movie about sisters, so we thought it was appropriate for today. So, let's remember the past. Karissa? Do you want to wrestle Daddy? Come on, let's go and play. Put on that Charger uniform, that's perfect for parties every day. We used to work at Hardee's, but now we don't. Let's eat some mommy surprise. Do you want to be our best friend? We really are your best friends. I'm her best friend. Okay, we did do a decent amount of fighting when we were growing up. So it's a good thing that we never liked the same guy or anything. A couple of years ago, we started hearing about this Mark guy, which brings us to today. Okay, can I just say something crazy? I love crazy. All your life you have been looking for the perfect guy, and then suddenly you tried a blind date. I was thinking the same thing, because like, who knew the fish guy would be the man of your dreams? Maybe it was the burritos, or that handsome face. But with mine, on your place, see your face, and it's nothing like we've ever seen before. That is what Mark is for. Cleaning up rooms and floors, eating butt cheese and more. With Mark, with Mark, with Mark, with Mark. That is what Mark is for. So, having a husband is good for a lot of things. But where does that leave your sisters? Let's take a moment to think about the future. It's funny how we always thought she'd be the first one, but she was just there waiting. She didn't jump the gun. It's time to see what they can do to make us nieces and nephews. Not one about the Lord.
May you be poor in misfortunes and rich in blessings.
May you know love and happiness from this day forward.
May
You name your first child after us. Cheers!
Give a word for everyone.
That was pretty good. Yeah, we prepared a song from Showboat. My brother always has to be in church. Thank you. Thank you, Eric and Trish and Dee. That was very good. Thank you. It's brought back some good memories. We just like to thank, obviously, our parents. You've been such an inspiration. You've showed us what a great married life could be, and you're a great. At least my parents were a great inspiration for me. I'm sure Karissa can say the same for you, Rick and Janet. If it wasn't for you guys, we couldn't have any of this happening. So thank you so very much. We're so happy that you're with us, enjoying this day as well. Pastor Siverly, thanks again. You have taken the third Kramer daughter and the last, so you did a great job today. We'll never forget the sermon. It was very good, very appropriate. Thanks to the wedding party, everyone, both sides. I said it last night, but you don't really realize until you get married how much of a big deal it is to have all your friends, your really close friends up here sharing this moment with you, and just seeing all you guys dressed up and looking clean and everything like that is just wonderful. But no, really, it was seeing you guys walk down, yesterday in the practice and today during the ceremony. It was a big deal. I was so happy you guys were there to witness. And some of you guys I've known for 30 years, which is a long time. Eric, I've known you obviously 32 years. I am old, yes. But, it's a big deal. You guys are all really good friends, and you guys would do anything for me, and I hope you feel the same in return. So thank you. There's a couple other people in the crowd I'd like to see stand up. Sherry, Rhonda, and Kathy. I think I saw you in the back somewhere. Go ahead and stand up, please. For those of you who don't know, Karissa and I were actually set up on a blind date, which is the first blind date for either of us. And Sherry, Rhonda, and Kathy, and Rhonda was my first grade teacher, actually set me up on a date. So the three of them are teachers at the sewer when Karissa was teaching there, and they flagged me down one day and said, "Hey, are you single? Are you interested in meeting this girl?" I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. And so I'm like, well, how do you want to do it? And they're like, well, just Facebook her, and you guys can go from there. I'm like, so you guys aren't going to do anything, or just all up to us? And so I went from there.
You don't know what happened at school.
Yeah, apparently Karissa got harassed at school quite a bit. And so we went on our first date, and it took off from there. So thank you, three ladies. You did a wonderful job. You're just so proud today, so very good. Karissa, I just want to thank you so much. You've been so great during the wedding planning, during today. I was a little worried that you're just going to get all nervous and tension, but you were such a trooper. And thank you for just hollering and putting up with all the weird things that I do. And for those of you who know Karissa, just know how great she can be to everyone, and she just loves someone with all their heart, and I'm just so blessed to have you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the guests here. I mean, all of you here made us who we are today, had a little part in it, so thank you all for attending. Enjoy yourselves. We're going to start cutting up the dance floor pretty soon. And watch out for a couple of these guys because they can dance really well. And if you don't have a date to dance with, flag one of these guys down and they'll swing you around. And we would also, there we go. We'd also like to thank Mary in the orange back there. She's our photographer, and all of her crew. She's done a fabulous job. She's going to have a photo booth in the back with all these props, and bring her a drink and she'll take as many pictures as you want. And if anyone is ever getting married and wants someone who does a wonderful job with wedding pictures, talk to Mary because she is fabulous. She's fabulous. Discount. And for everyone who is having a good time, there's going to be a shuttle bus starting at 10 o'clock that will take you back to the hotels, Microtel and Holiday Inn. If you tip them a little bit more, they might take you somewhere else, I don't know. But a shuttle bus will be out front starting at 10 o'clock. Please use it and enjoy. Thank you.
Probably one more big kiss for him. Make some noise, guys.